Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to show you the next stage in teaching your horses to neck rein. I did a part 1 on this horse. It was called Guiding Without Resistance, and I showed you where he was at in the first few rides and how I start teaching them to respond to the outside rein and outside leg so we can build into the neck reining process, okay? So at that point I had this horse in a snaffle and I was just teaching him, when I lay the rein, I want you to move off, and if he didn't respond to the outside rein, then I bumped him with my outside leg. Okay, obviously when you start a colt, they have no idea what the outside rein and outside leg means, so you're going to be doing a lot of this. But I always ask first with the outside rein, and then I bump, and push them through with my leg and wait for them to respond. So it's always a swinging motion. It's not where I'm taking the rein and just pulling them over here like this, okay? Now I do think there's a time and a place for that, and obviously this is how I show them which direction I want them to go. So I always help them with the inside rein. It's not just the outside rein and outside leg. I show them where I want them to go, but I always push them through with the outside rein and outside leg after showing them where I want them to go. So I would do something like this, guide them to the inside and then push them through instead of trying to pull them through. And that's how this starts. A lot of people think that teaching your horse to neck rein is some singular maneuver that you wake up and teach one day when your horse is ready, but it's not. This starts at day 1 from the first ride. You can start teaching your horse how to respond to being pushed where you want them to go instead of pulled there, and that's going to simplify this process so much more, okay? I want to jump in here and make a quick announcement that we're really excited about. Our membership is officially launched and it is available to the public. It'll contain content created exclusively for our students, as well as all the videos that we've uploaded here, all neatly categorized so you can find the information you need when you need it. And one of the huge perks of this membership is that we'll be able to create content tailored to you and your specific training needs based on your request, instead of only being able to cover general topics that'll be popular on this platform. Because of the way the YouTube algorithm works, we have to be selective about uploading content that covers broader topics and appeals to a wider audience, but it doesn't have to be that way in our membership, and that's what we're really excited about, is serving you and your needs. Many of the popular videos we've uploaded here, as well as this one, also have longer, more in-depth versions in the membership where you can see more real-time training and the troubleshooting that we do during the session. I'm still sorting and uploading content daily, but I wanted to get this message out there as we've had numerous people ask us when the membership will be launched, and the answer is now. So you can find more information at successfulhorseman.com, and you can sign up for your 7-day risk-free trial. We hope to see you guys there. Let's get into the video. So you can see that this horse has a really good understanding. When I lay the outside rein, he knows how to get off of it. And now I'm going to show you the next phase. Okay, so the next step, once your horse knows how to do that, is I really like to put my reins in a pulley system. So I'll get a little bit more slack in there than I normally would, and I'm going to raise them up like this and just kind of close my hands like this. So I have this little loop thing here. Can you see this? Are you zoomed in on my hands here? Perfect. Okay, so I just close my hands there, makes a pretty good contact. You might even want to pull it up just a smidge shorter so you can make contact easily if you can. Now what this allows me to do is give me a singular point of contact here when I'm steering, just like you would if you were going one-handed and neck reining. But this here, like I said, because it's called the pulley system here, it's called the pulley system because I can twist my wrist and shorten up the inside rein if I need to help that horse know where he needs to go, okay? Obviously, this is going to be a little bit more confusing for the horse in the beginning, because when you lay the outside rein and leg, he's not exactly going to know where he needs to go, because he doesn't have your inside rein guiding him. So it can be a little bit confusing. I bring my hand up and over. I ask the horse to step under there, and if he doesn't, again, I can twist my wrist, make more contact with the inside rein, and then go back to neutral, loosen up my reins, and leave him alone. Okay? Once again, bring my hand up and over, ask that horse to step over. If he doesn't understand what I'm saying or he turns inside out, I shorten that inside rein, get him to look the direction he's traveling, and we step over there. Very nice, okay? Lay the outside rein, outside leg. He's thinking about it. The feet are going where I want him to go, but he's kind of turning inside out, and that's what I don't want to happen. So if at any point I feel that horse hesitating, where he starts trying to turn like this, and I lose his face, then I'm going to gently twist my wrist, make contact there, and ask him to keep his nose going the direction that he's traveling. There we go. Very nice. All right, so another important thing that I want you guys to pay attention to is that I'm working on one side at a time. This makes things so much more easy for the horse to understand, because you're teaching him one equation at a time instead of going back and forth and expecting him to figure both equations out at once, or multiple equations out at once. So it's like saying 1 + 1 = 2 over and over and over again until that horse can give you the correct answer when you ask, versus saying 1 + 1 = 2 and also 2 + 2 = 4, but 1 + 1 = 2 and then 5 + 3 = 8. This allows the horse to pick up on what you're asking so much faster. Notice how he's already guiding off the inside rein. No, sorry, guiding off one rein this way. I could probably pick him up right there. There, the response is almost flawless. Bring him up to a trot here and test it out. This horse is not taught to neck rein yet per se, but notice how nice it is because I did work on one side at a time, so that understanding is so much more clear in his head of what his job is. Okay? That's what you want to do. Every day, work on it a little bit, one side at a time. Don't go back and forth and back and forth. For the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and go to the right now, and we're going to show you the same process on the right before I start going into my next exercise for neck reining. All right, we'll work on this side a little bit at a trot. Outside rein, push him over. Pretty nice. Notice how he started looking to the outside, so I'm going to twist my wrist again, shorten that inside rein, soften the rib cage with my inside leg and say, hey, I'd like you to look where we're traveling here. Stay stood up. There we go, and push him over till he swings. Very nice, and leave him alone, okay? So the goal here is not just to get that horse to where he's traveling on a circle, because that's pretty easy to do, okay? You've seen us do the bending exercise for a long time. What we're trying to get him to do is when we pick up that rein, he swings like that. Notice how the shoulder picks up and he actually moves over instead of just traveling on a circle around a bend, okay? There's a big difference between maintaining a bend and actually making a turn when asked. Very nice. He kind of looked to the outside. Again, push him over. He wants to look to the outside. This is another thing this allows me to do. If I need to, if I'm not getting enough contact on that rein, I can take my fingers here and kind of bump the inside rein there a little bit and then go back to center. Okay, so I'm going to keep doing some semi-straight lines here and then turns, and then leave him alone, let him go back out on a straight-ish line and then turn. Okay, so I'm not holding that horse in the bend the whole time. And the reason it's so important that you don't let your horse look to the outside is because what happens when a horse looks to the outside, okay? Anytime a horse looks to the outside like this, the shoulder is gonna pop in, okay? If your horse is falling in every time he turns, in order to keep up with himself, he's going to have to speed up. So to get a horse who's going to stay collected and keep his weight in the right position and turn without speeding up, he needs to keep his shoulder stood up, and therefore he needs to keep his nose going the direction he's traveling so he can do that, okay? That's why that's such an important factor of this exercise. All right, so we'll go back to our pulley system here. Lay the rein, shorten the inside rein if I need to, push him over, very good. Lay the rein, push him over, very good. Lay the rein and push him over, very nice. So much better. Good. Okay, so the next step that I really like to do is to work on some straight lines, because a lot of people underestimate the importance of straight lines and getting your horse really connected and straight between your hands and your legs. And if you're going to get a horse that neck reins really well, you need them to stay straight between your hands and your leg. So after I get the horse to where he understands how to get off the rein on both sides, then it's time to put it together and get him to travel straight. What I like to do is pick a point anywhere in the arena and just trot straight to it. Okay, so I'm going to ask this horse to pick up trot. I'm traveling to that beam over there, and naturally he's going to kind of bounce back and forth between my legs and question where he's supposed to be going. And all I'm going to do is kind of juggle this horse between my hands and legs. And any time that he settles and goes straight, then I leave him alone and drop my reins. And any time that he starts picking up and doing this number right here, then that's when I kind of squeeze on him. I put my, again, center him between my hands and my legs and really guide him through that, and then leave him alone when he finds the straightness. Good job. All right, so let's make a turn here. Let's pick another point. Guess I'll go to that beam right there. Okay, pick up the trot. There we go. This works best out of trot. Walk doesn't have enough impulsion to get this done. Notice how he's veering to the left. Straighten him up, bump, bump, bump. He's going to the right. Straighten him up, bump, bump, bump. And I'm just gonna stick with him here until we find this point, and I'll leave him alone. Okay? So again, it's very ugly. It's not perfect yet, and that's the whole point of this exercise. Once this horse learns how to stay between our hands and our legs, all of this is going to get so much prettier. Turn him around, we'll pick another point. So I just kind of zigzag back and forth across the arena here. There, this one he's traveling much straighter. Could be that he wants to go this direction, who knows? Good job. That's very nice. Notice how I didn't have to hardly pick on him at all that time. I didn't have to bump him between either of my legs, and I hardly had to pick up the reins. Go back down over here, pick a point. I can already feel that this horse is going to want to go to the left. He's traveling to the left, pick up my reins, bump, 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 leave him alone as soon as he gets back on track. Traveling to the left, bump, bump, wait till he gets back on track, pull him over and stop. And what this does is, inadvertently, the horse starts learning how to travel straight. He realizes that not only will I leave him alone when he gets between my hands and legs, but we're traveling to one point and then he's going to get a break. Okay, so it really gets the horse to where he gravitates. Wherever you point him, that's where I'm going to go, and I'm going to go straight. Good job. It's also a very good mental exercise for the horse outside of the neck reining. All right, let's go up the arena here. Bring him to this pull up here. He's staying really nice and straight over here, probably because he's traveling toward other horses. Very good. Good job, but it's okay. They'll learn either way. Very nice. Don't be getting your bit hung up there. All right, let's pull him off this fence here. There we go. Good job. Take him to the right. Take him to that beam over there next to the hay. Good job. Stop and camp out. There we go. Leaning to the left there. That adjustment worked a lot better. Still leaning to the left. There we go. There, good job. So here he's not turning. I'm going to refresh his memory just a little bit. Hold on to him until he actually steps back and gets in my hand. There you go. Leave him alone. Turn. There you go. Good job. Stop him off. This is really nice. Now he's really staying between my hands and legs. There we go. When I picked him up after he started leaning right, he really straightened out for me very nicely. He's leaning right, so we're going to turn left, and he's not answering me. There we go. If they check in and they answer right away, then I leave them alone. If they don't, then that's when I kind of make this exaggerated move and say, hey, I want to remind you what that means, all right? Good job. Back him up. He's getting a little too forward, and I want him to, there we go, respond to my reins a little bit better instead of hollowing out and getting behind the vertical. All right, pick a point, trot to it. And after I get a couple of these, 2 or 3, where that horse is really staying on track really nicely, then I'll leave him alone and we'll stop the session there. Okay, the goal isn't to get him to where he travels perfectly over there on the first session. The goal is that, let me get out of the sunlight here, this light patch. The goal is that whenever he does start to weave and wobble, that anytime you pick him up and you readjust him, he gets straight and he gets between your hands and legs. That's what we're looking for in this particular session. Obviously, as time goes on, yes, we do want all that straightness and we never want him to veer off the path. But right now, what we're looking for is that when he starts leaning over here or leaning over here, you can kind of bump your legs and you can pick him up and say, hey, drive into that bit, go straight, stay between my hands, and he's not doing this anymore. He straightens out and he goes forward. That's what you're looking for in this exercise. I'll do one more here, and if it's good, I'm going to call it there. Good job. I'm not getting off my rein here. There we go. Good. I'll just ask him to stop and stand there. Good. I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any comments, be sure to leave them below and stay tuned for our part 3. As this horse gets a little bit more finished, I will show you guys how the neck reining process progresses and how to ride a pattern and get this horse really finished in that area. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.